Hello everyone, I am back. This is ThatDadOverThere, and I am back with another reaction. Now it has been some time since I have been on here. Had a lot of things going on, and one thing led to another, and was sick at some point. I got over it, and I was working on this studio here. I'm trying to come up with a better overall quality video for you guys, along with I guess better background lighting. I tried to do this blue thing. I don't think it's working all that well, but we're going to go with it for right now and just see how it works. Anyway, I try to do this for you guys because I want this video to be a higher quality video when you go to watch it. So today we're going to look at Dimash. I have not looked at Dimash in some time. And so I'm going to be looking at Dimash, and I'm going to go with Ikenaide from the Tokyo Jazz Festival in 2021. So I know this is quite some time ago. He's probably still kind of young. Well, younger than he was in the last video, which I think was a newer video that I recorded to one of his newer songs. But I don't know this song. I've obviously heard Dimash before. He always manages to do something that amazes me, even on hearing these other songs that I've heard. I've specifically gone and not listened to any Dimash because I like to record these as a reaction for you guys. I know you guys like to see people reacting to the music, so that's what I'm going to be doing for you. So let's go and we will see what Ikenaide is, if I'm saying that correctly, from Dimash. Be kind of a sad song. Beautiful instrumentation. I get chills. Hair standing up every time. Yeah, I've been crying for a long time. Right there. Okay, I'm stopping before he takes off into something else. I want to talk about his breath control. I may have talked about this on other videos before, but I want to talk about his breath control because what we have here is low singing. And I may have said this on another video of his. When you sing low and you're trying to be breathy, it's very easy to come across, with too much in your voice. I don't know how else to explain it, but you can sound way over breathy. He manages to put a perfect balance between that breathy, low voice and adding that effect to it. And I'd be interested to see if this song takes off and he starts going up into the higher bits of his voice and the upper registers or not. But so far, it's been very good with breath control and just not going right way up out of there. So let's see what else we got from him. I'm going to go back a little bit here and then keep going. Go right there. You can kind of see his tongue creating that vibrato. What we got here is a show of power. Now, a lot of people think, oh, this is low, and that didn't sound like powerful. When people think of power, they're thinking of mainly of belting. But I'm talking about creating a strong, a solid sound in a lower register like that, where you don't have a lot of the, you don't really have the body positioning and everything that you would have when you're belting out a big O note. And I saw his tongue moving a little bit in his mouth, creating that vibrato, but it was subtle, and it was a subtle vibrato too. So I saw him doing that, and that's something that, if you are practicing singing and everything like that, getting down that vibrato can be hard to do, and it was effortless. So let's see what else he does here. I have a feeling eventually this is going to go all the way up. Maybe not all the way to the top of his register, because it does sound kind of a more low-key type song. But we'll see what he goes for here in a minute. Let's go back here and watch the amazement. Watch with amazement what happens here. Bass in there. Oh wow. See, he did that right there, and that was a wave. He was just, that was a wave right there, and it was very well pitched throughout the whole thing. It's like you didn't hear and go, it wasn't anything like that. It was just a little wave, and it just, if you just listen to certain notes that he does, it's like a journey. You can see maybe you're kind of lost at sea, and there's those waves. Whatever it might be. At least that's what my mind does whenever I'm listening to great music like this. All right, so let's listen to let's catch the wave again, and then we'll keep going. See, he did that with his hand. He's kind of conducting himself. Oh, I'm going to stop it again there, right there. Whenever you are, leaned back, you're thinking of a very big note. But right there was a note in his lower register that he was putting a little bit more power into, but it was still so controlled. It's hard to explain to someone, because I've tried to sing before. I've tried singing lessons. And I'm still not very great, but this guy has every tool in the toolbox that they tried to show me, that tried to teach me, and there's some things you just can't learn. And that may be it. It's just I couldn't learn the stuff. I didn't have the ability in my vocal folds like he does. But that was a very controlled but powerful run that he did there in the lower register. Let's keep going. just, he did a little bit of that higher register there, but still very controlled for him. And it's one of those things, I'm sure it's coming. There's a thing that I wanted to do. I've always wanted to do this. If I get one of my buddies or something to join me on one of these, I'm going to do it. Eventually, I'm going to do this. I'm going to blindfold somebody and have them listen to one of his performances with me. And at the end, before we get to the end, and I show them that it's all one person, I'm going to ask them, how many people are on the stage right now singing? How many people do you think were in that performance? I guarantee you they're going to say at least 2 or 3. I guarantee it. Because if you listen to this with your ears, with your eyes closed, just listening to it with your ears, you're not going to think that this is one person. That's how amazing this guy is. Let's keep going. We're getting closer and closer to the end here. Stay like this forever. It's kind of a love song. Right there. Yes. Yes. Jumping into it now. Okay, so I know there's a lot of power in there, but one of the things I just noticed that I want to point out about him is that some of these notes that he throws in there, these runs that he does, they come from left field. Now, it may be something that everybody does when they do this song, but to me, it sounds like it comes from left field, and that's what keeps it so interesting to hear and see him perform, is that not only are you always going to be amazed that he can do what he can do, like he just did, got up into the stratosphere, really high notes, but you're also going to hear these little runs that he just kind of throws in there, like he just did right before I pause this video, where he does this histrionics, this run, and you're like, he could have just, let that note roll out. He could have just let it roll out, but he didn't. He goes, and then you'll hear some people do this, and it sounds unnatural. It sounds forced. You can tell when somebody's over singing something, and it really sounds unnatural. This always sounds natural because he doesn't just go crazy and feel like he has to do the longest run ever or anything like that. He throws them in there almost as if you would, if you're doing a drum solo and you hit a crash. He throws them in there like that, and that's great. So let's keep going. I'm gonna hear that little run he throws in, that we're gonna probably finish this one out because I feel like I stop it a lot, but I can't not just roll. I can't just roll through this whole thing without commenting. That's the reason why I started doing these, because I was watching videos. None of these people that I've seen on my channel, but I was watching videos and commenting, and somebody was like, you should record that. You have some great points. And I'm like, do I? I don't think I do. But if you think I do, I appreciate it. Here we go. Anyway. Please don't go. Please don't go away. Beautiful. Beautiful. What's he gonna do? Hold on. Wow. Wow. He just made humming into an instrument, into a vocal instrument. You know, people have done some fairly good humming, but usually, you know, it's usually not in, that kind of range. He just went up and down while humming into the microphone. I think I'm almost to the end of this, but I'm just always amazed, Dimash, always. Maybe done singing is maybe the outro. Yeah, that was the outro. Or I'll be back with more comments on that here in just a moment. All right, that over there, and I'm glad that I got back into this today, and I'm glad I got to do another Dimash video because that was amazing as always. I caution against people thinking, oh, it's Dimash. We've heard this before. He does this thing and he does this thing and he goes up and he does the thing. But no, there's always something that he's doing different that I haven't heard before. With the humming at the end, the high notes are one thing, but the power that he sings with throughout the performance, even in his breathy, low end stuff, there's power behind those words and the things that he's singing and the way he presents it. Not only that, but he does a lot of great emoting with his face and his hands as he's singing. So that is also an entertaining thing, as we have seen. So what I really want to do is I want to find Dimash video, and I'm sure there'll be plenty in the comments about Dimash and the videos. I want to see if Dimash has ever done like a rock type song. I know, when you talk about the way he sings, it's not like he couldn't do a rock song, but it probably doesn't exactly fit his voice. I would just be curious to see, has he tried a rock song before? You guys can let me know in the comments. And, as I always do at the end of these things now, I include my dad joke. I figured I'm that dad over there, so I might as well tell a dad joke at the end of these things. So, there was this guy at work, and he always called out on the weekends. He was like every other weekend or so, he was calling out. And finally, his boss calls him into the office, and he says, "Look, I don't know what's going on here, but you're always calling out on the weekends. So can you tell me what is going on? It really just looks like you're skipping weekend shifts and calling out." So the employee looks at him and goes, "Well, I hate to admit this, but it seems I have a weekend immune system." Get it? A weekend immune system. Anyway, hopefully that didn't make you roll your eyes too bad or too far down the street that you can't see the rest of this video. But all I do now is say I want to thank you all for being here. It's my pleasure to do these things, whether you guys watch them or not. I really hope you do get some enjoyment out of these. And if you do, please tell people about them. I don't monetize my videos, but I do enjoy the feedback and everything that I get from all these fans that I've met. It's some very, very lovely people in the comments, always. And I did want to say one more thing. I'm wearing my shirt. It says, "Our time is now." This is a Walk to End Alzheimer's shirt. And I got it this last time that I did the Walk to End Alzheimer's. I'm a very big advocate after I lost my mother to Alzheimer's. I do want to say, if you're out there supporting people and you know somebody that has someone in their life that's going through Alzheimer's, reach out to them and see if you can help. Just lend a hand doing something. You know, it doesn't have to be something major. Just ask if you can help, because it really is hard on people who go through this. And if you ever experience yourself, you'll be glad that you helped somebody, and hopefully someone will step up and help you too. And as I always say at the end of these things, peace and love to you all. And if you're out there supporting each other, then your support systems will never fail you. And I'll catch you same bat time and same bat channel for my next reaction. Peace.